what does the body mean? This means actually, strictly speaking, 24 hours of life a day should belong to God. That's a meaning of the offering of the body. In other words, 24 hours of the day is totally in line with God's desire for me. In other words, walking, eating, sleeping, or doing anything else should be in line with God's will. Eat with God in the hope of God's will. In the hope of God. For instance, when this father mentioned a couple of times, when you eat, for whom do you eat? That's in the level of my. Of course, if you eat something tasty, you like it. So it's not bad. It's okay because it should be grateful for the God's creation. God's giving this food. Doesn't matter whatever. I don't know the Russian name of the Russian food, but anyway, whatever you eat, you can be grateful for that. But for what? For what purpose are you eating? No? Just for my own joy? Actually, this is the real feeling. But at the same time, occasionally you should think, why I'm eating this? Then afterwards, oh yeah, I'm eating this because God gave me. That's why I ate this. But with this energy, I want serve the will of God for the sake of my family or a nation or the world, whatever, That's eventually for God's sake. That I want to do God's will. I need energy. That's why I eat now, but for the sake of will of God. Even when you sleep, this is Father's guidance. Father's talked a couple of times, many times that think, does God sleep or not? Does God sleep or not? Does he go to bed or not? Does he or no? Isn't he tired? He's very old. He's a very old man. And isn't he tired? Surely tired. But he doesn't pray. No, he cannot sleep. Because when you are sleeping, or because Russian children are sleeping, that's why it's okay. Just watch, make sure they are okay. It's not too cold or too warm, or because heater is too strong. That's sometimes too warm. Too warm is okay, right? Are they sleeping okay? And God can make sure. Then, and then I can sleep. But the next moment, if God wants to sleep, then the next moment from the other side of the world, opposite side. What's the opposite side of Moscow? Brazil. What was it? Just the opposite side of America? America? Eh? Northern California. Then so, from the Northern California, prayer comes. Heavenly Father, that's why he has to listen to that. He has to listen to that. Therefore, this is the reason he can't sleep. Then when the children of Northern California, San Francisco, the children who are living in San Francisco go to bed, then Russian children will wake up and start to pray the Heavenly Father. Then he has to listen. Then eventually, no time to sleep. That's why he cannot sleep, even he's tired. Father says this way. That's why when the Father himself go to bed, even how late the time might be, he feels that sorry to Heavenly Father. Sorry, because of physical reason, even time is not so long, but he had to take rest. That's why our feeling like that, if we had work until midnight or 1 o'clock, work so hard, then our feeling is I have absolute right to sleep because I worked harder than anyone else. We may have this kind of feeling. But Father, even he works much more than we do, but his feeling is always to Heavenly Father, I'm sorry, I have to sleep. Please forgive me. That's the Father's attitude. In other words, Father says totally, he's 24 hours a day, eating, sleeping, of course working, is always with God, in line with the will of God. That's actually Father's standard. Of course, we cannot match that level, but nevertheless, our understanding or our desire and hope should be that way. It should be that way. Whatever we may doing, still it is together with Heavenly Father. That's the meaning of the dedication or offering of body. Then, if so, actually, I offered my day to God, my week to God, my month to God, my year to God, my life, entire life to God. It's come to the same concept. But if you think, if you think, in other words, we're talking about to be a good leader, okay? We're talking about that, able. First of all, you have to be closer to God. So this must be closer to true parents. This means like true parents. This means foundation of faith is necessary. That's talking about the substantial, realistic meaning of the foundation of faith. I'm talking about foundation. This is a real meaning of the foundation of faith. When we usually think of the foundation of faith, foundation of faith, in central figure, who is central figure, what is the required offering, this, okay, something like that. But that understanding also as a bone and bone of the structure, it's important. But at the same time, you have to digest this bone, and you can boil and long time and make soup out of the bone. Then a good taste will come out. This is a taste of the soup, of the foundation of the faith. This way, then if you think if you look at your finger, 2 thumbs and 8 fingers, with this hand, just you reflect your entire life. What did I do? Don't you have in one moment or in some just a short moment time? Don't you don't you remember some moment that you don't like to be seen by anyone else? Here and there, little bit here, little bit here, little bit here. Sometimes we did something that we don't like to be seen by anyone. But do you think it was God watching or not? Can it escape from the eyes of God? God knows, no, impossible to escape. That's why we have to repent of these kind of things. And must cleanse through the repentance. Must cleanse your entire life through the repentance. Purify your past. Cleanse your past, our past. And sometimes, with eyes, we saw some, obscenity is right? Obscene things, impure and obscene things with our own eyes, and promiscuous and obscene things with our eyes, through sometimes through TV, through maybe not so much in this country, but through whatever, no, video, like pornography, something like that. Then that strong impression or impact is kept in your heart, and also through your ear. Even more, impact is given, and also it is kept inside. And if you had substantial physical experience through your own skin, that impression must be the strongest. Then this obscenity is kept deep inside. Then, when that kind of person opens the mouth, what will come out? Surely, so what exists inside will come out. That's why Jesus mentioned, what come into the mouth doesn't defile you, but what comes out of the mouth will defile you. That's a reality. That's why in the foreign world, when 2-3 men come together, what's the topic of the gossips? All this obscenity. Wherever, in America, in Japan, in Korea, in China, in Russia, the same. Because such an impurity is piled up inside. That's why before joining such a movement, if you had such experience in the past, must be repented and cleansed. Then you can become the instrument of God. When impurities are piled up inside, how it is possible for God to work through you? How is it possible for God to live in you and to walk through you. This is the reason if you have such impurities inside, we have to repent and cleanse the inside so that God can dwell in us and walk through us. Therefore, in order to be the channel of God or instrument of God, we should have cleansed our own inside. This is a very important point of our life of faith. And also, in order to become good leadership, we must be the channel of God, or vessel of God. Otherwise, we cannot do the work of God. If leaders have a lot of impure feeling inside, how is it possible for him to become the good leader? Don't you think so? Leader, the thinking of always inside, inside there's a lot of mess and the thinking of obscenities and greediness or, self-centeredness. That's piled with these kind of things. How this person can be the tool of God? Therefore, this is a purification of myself. This also, then otherwise, our body cannot belong to God. Otherwise, we cannot become good able here in a good leadership. Therefore, in order to become good leaders, actually, it's very important to cleanse our own life, first of all, this way. And next, what could be offering? It's all things. Surely, surely, even I look around you, I don't see anyone who had a lot of all things. Already, you offered everything. That's why you don't have anything. That could be almost a reality. That's why you are just bringing all things from outside and making offering. This is a fundraising. But in order to become good leadership, we shouldn't be accused by others in terms of ownerships. Maybe I don't, at least so far, I don't see any leaders here not to be accused because of that. I don't think any leaders have a lot of money. But anyway, in some other countries, sometimes, leaders buy big car. Maybe not, but anyway, of course, because of some important mission, sometimes needs some decent environment where decent situation is necessary. Pretty reasonable things. But if someone goes far beyond that, it creates a little trouble. Accusations. Where did that money come from? He bought new car. The Volvo here, Benz. But here, not so many Japanese cars here in Russia. I heard a lot of Toy. No. It's okay anyway. That doesn't matter. Anyway, but good, then someone whisper, how much do you make donation? Yeah. $200,000. How much? $300,000. Do you know? Maybe that money went into the car. They're whispering. Actually, even maybe not. There's the donation is completely offered to heaven. But if sometimes leaders have a little, excessive standard of life, then members begin to feel that way. Even it's not right, the members' doubt is wrong, but might be misunderstood and will create trouble. That's why, in that sense, actually it is important to keep the right way of life, even not only internally, but externally. Also, in terms of offering a body, the lifestyle. The leader's lifestyle and the members' lifestyle, they're asking members to work so hard, the leader is sitting. The father doesn't like this attitude, really. He hates this kind of leadership. Therefore, leaders should be sacrificing most. Leaders should be showing the living example before the membership. For instance, going fundraising, but members are not necessarily expecting a leader can make the #1 result. Doesn't matter. But of course, leader must do many other things because must take responsibility. Leaders cannot go for fundraising always, But anyway, even once, occasionally, go and show that your real investment attitude, then members, even result is not so high, still that investment, at least to try to understand the feeling of members or a situation of members, then the members can feel so close to that leadership and respect. Therefore, leaders should be in the front line. That's what Father always says. For instance, say if you are leader, okay, when you just woke up at 2 o'clock, then when you passed by the prayer room, then from the prayer room, you heard the voice of prayer of your leaders. How do you think? Praying for you. In the voice, in the word of the prayer, you heard your own name. How do you think? Wow. He's praying for me. 2 o'clock in the morning. Is it a good shock or a bad shock? Good shock. Wow. Do you respect that person or not? Yes or no? Even in order to be good leader, even the members are sleeping. They're praying in tears for them. That's kind of, in terms of offering a body, should be much better offering first than other members. That's a quality of the leadership. The able should be that way. That's why when you witnessing someone, for the sake of the people whom you are witnessing to, if you are praying that way every night, that God is watching, even Satan is listening to the prayer. Even Satan will be touched and moved by that prayer. To someone who has such a sincerity, Satan cannot accuse, Satan cannot attack. Then God will be free to open the way for him to be successful in witnessing. Therefore, as a leader, as a witnesser, the real attitude of the offering is so important and so crucial. The number three is time element. Time element should be actually, as long as you live, no change. We should go with that kind of spirit. As we can become the total offering until we die. Not only that, even after the going into spiritual world, still we go same way. That's Father's standard. How old he may be, he doesn't change his attitude of offering and sacrifice. Even Father himself says, God comes always to Father and said, my son, take rest. But Father disagrees with God, who is there, only with one point. Father doesn't obey God. When God comes and says, my son, please take rest, still Father goes. Do you know why? Because even the Father can take rest because he fulfilled his portion of responsibility. But still, isn't God suffering? God is still suffering. That's why seeing, even though he himself fulfilled his mission, and he has a right to take rest, but seeing God is still suffering, how is it possible? How is it possible to take rest? This is the reason, even though God says, my son, please take rest, he cannot take rest. This is the reason, even now, he's going the front line in South America. That's why Father is the best example of the leadership, best example of able figure. That's why what I'm saying is, okay, do you understand what I mean? This means, this is a meaning of a good person. This is a substantial content of a good person. What is a good person? This kind of person is a good person before God, in the eyes of God. Then, next, foundation of faith, then B, what that? Foundation of substance. This is here we come into the Cain and Abel relationship. In other words, usually the he who succeeded in the restoration or establishment of the foundation of faith, the mission will be given to assume the position of Abel. Then, in other words, leadership. Then, now here comes the substantial contents of the Cain and Abel relationship from Abel's point of view. What is the Abel's mission? Abel's responsibility. It's a very crucial and important. And in the Divine Principle book, of course, there are some part, there is an explanation of the Abel's mission. For instance, Jacob's course, or the Joseph's course. That's a good example of the victorious Abel. But there is no substantial explanation of the Abel's course. Even though, in terms of Cain, it was written clearly, Cain's responsibility, it was written clearly, saying that Cain's responsibility is to indemnify the fallen natures, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the Cain's mission, Cain's responsibility. Therefore, for the sake of Cain himself, and actually Cain have to go through that course of indemnity. That is clear. But actually, Abel's responsibility is not necessarily so clear. But it is very important to really understand the responsibility or mission of Abel. Then in order to understand the mission of Abel, first of all, we can begin from the Satan's resentment. Do you know why Satan didn't surrender to God? Since the fall, since the time of the fall, since Satan became Satan, since Archangel Lucifer became Satan, he never surrendered to God. He never surrendered to Jesus. Never surrendered to God. Why Satan was so stubborn? Do you know the reason why? Why Satan has been so stubborn and never surrendered to God, even to God? Do you know the reason why? Answer is simple. Because he never received enough love from God. Satan says to God, God, as you know, I am a bad guy. as you know, I am a bad guy. But I'm sure you know why I became such a bad guy. Because you didn't love me. You didn't love me enough. That resentment is a real reason why Satan never surrendered even to God. Is this Satan's statement correct or not? Correct or not? It is right. God knows very well. Then why Satan, the fallen Lucifer, was not given love, enough love? The God is here. His mission was to attend Adam and Eve. To attend Adam and Eve until Adam and Eve got married. Like teacher. If it is the case, Lucifer was supposed to be given, angel was supposed to be given his own spouse. Female angels were supposed to be given. But before fulfilling his mission, Lucifer tempted Eve and made a grave mistake. That's a fallen man. Therefore, until that time, say, he received, he was supposed to be, if it was the case, say, handed love was supposed to be given if a mission was fulfilled. But actually, on the way, for instance, 60% mission was fulfilled, and 60% of love was given, and they fell. Then the relationship, the Lucifer, this is Lucifer. Lucifer fell. Then Lucifer was an archangel. Then he had experience of receiving love of 60. But that moment, the relationship between God and archangel was cut. And no more love was given. For tens of hundreds of thousands of years, never given. That became deep resentment against God. This is the reason why Satan does not surrender to God. This is right in one sense. Therefore, since this is the reason, unless God gives enough love to Satan, Satan will never surrender. Without surrender of Satan, there will be no possibility to solve this world. God knows very well. God knows this very well. Therefore, he knew, God knows that he have to give love to Satan. But actually, no way to do so. No way to do so. Because if God brings hundreds love to Satan directly, oh yeah, sorry, I brought this gift of love of 100 love. This gift of 100 love is broken? Not working? This is a very important part, that's why I cannot miss. Now okay? No? Yes or no? No. Is there someone who knows machine? Okay? Now okay? As I mentioned, God knows very well that the Satan's claim was right. Therefore, unless he gives 100 love, satisfactory love to Satan, Satan would never surrender. That without Satan's surrender, that God can have no hope of restoration of this world. Therefore, God really want to give that love. But for God, there's no way to give that love. Because if God comes to Satan and say, okay, I'll give this love of 100 love. That's why be satisfied and give and surrender. Then if God does this way, God, if he does this way, it means that God approved the evil or as goodness. Or in other words, God is principled. And God can have give and take action only with principled being. Nevertheless, if God had direct give and take action with Satan, who is unprincipled, then God must accept the unprincipled being as principled being. This means the unprincipled Satan's unprincipled or unprincipled Satan become principled being. Then it will become impossible to destroy evil. Then this universe will become the dual universe. One, goodness, the other, evil. And evil will never be destroyed forever. Evil can exist forever under the approval of God. This reason, God cannot give that love to Satan directly. But without giving that love, there is no solution. And that it is impossible to give that love to Satan. How should God do? This is a God's trouble, the deep trouble of God. Then how does God deal with this issue? Can you follow? The only solution is to send a representative, both from God's side and from Satan's side. Proxy. Send a proxy. This means representative. And this representative must be able to have give and take action with common base. This is the reason God found the common base in this physical world. And he sent his representative, living representative. Then who is he? Messiah? No, not Messiah. This is Abel. Then Satan also sent his own representative, his proxy. This is Cain. This is Cain. If so, God's desire, even, God couldn't give the handed love directly to Satan. That's why he sent a proxy. He sent Abel as proxy. And Lucifer, Satan sent his proxy, Cain. Then what do you think? What's the next best method for God to give love to Satan? Through Abel? No. If you can bring handed love to Cain, how do you think? Much easier. If God can come to Cain and say, "Oh, Cain, can you take this gift to your dad, to your father?" Then much easier. But is it possible for God to do so? As divine principle says, Cain is representing the evil side. That's why, with the same reason, God cannot have direct give and take action with Cain, as we learned in the divine principle. Is okay? That's why this cannot be done. He wants to give 100 love, but it is impossible. Also, this is impossible. Then inevitably, God has to go through whom? Through Abel. That's why God comes to Abel and asks Abel, my son Abel, can you take this gift to your brother Cain and ask Cain to bring this gift to his father Lucifer, Satan. The double indirect method. This is the only way God can offer love to Satan. This is the meaning of the Cain and Abel relationship. This is the mission of Abel. Therefore, in this sense, mission of Abel is just a messenger, mailman, like mailman. And bringing how to call it? Do you have such a, not just mailman, but someone who brings some courier? Courier? Yeah, courier. Is courier. He is a courier, huh? Courier of some package. Carrier of the package. Then, in other words, his mission is a carrier of the love package from God. But some of this carrier open the package. Oh, this cake looks so good. Then he just pick up some and eat. And pretend as though nothing happened. There's some carrier like that. Some able figure like that. Do you know what I mean? In other words, if the central figure, leader, go to Father and receive great blessing, then he feels he was given blessing. But it wasn't, it's not that person, but Father or God want to give to the entire members. But as a representative, he received. But I don't think in Russian leadership we don't have that a person. But just occasionally, somewhere in the world, I don't know if there is not, but the possibility is there. The misunderstand that he was given blessing because he was great. And she is proud of that. When she began to be proud of that, or boast of that, the members are so sensitive. That's why the more he's proud of the blessing he received, the more, oh, no. Okay. I don't care. The members will begin to have this kind of feeling. Therefore, blessing, if blessing is given from higher centrosphere, that's not for the sake of yourself, but for the sake of your people. So if you have good experience also is a blessing from God. That good experience was not given just to you, but was given to your members. That you are just carriers. That's a mailman or carriers. Don't eat up just by yourself. And your stomach is full, but members are so hungry. It's wrong leadership. The father mentioned also when you have some offering from Cain's side to God, then also that time Abel make offering in his name, pretending as though he did a good job. But instead, actually, the leaders should introduce this person, this person, this person, this person. These people did so well. That's the reason we are successful. Thank you, Father, because you gave such wonderful brothers and sisters. This way, introduce your member, and if Father says, oh, it's good, that this person, or sometimes you can bring the pictures, yeah. Father give comment to some person, then you can bring that person, Father mentioned seeing your picture, Father said so, yeah, this. Do you feel good or not? Do you feel good or not? That's the meaning that taking off, that this member's offering should be given to Father. Then that time, the name or something should be offered. So it's two. Then, if so, this Abel figure could be just a channel, pure channel between God and Cain. Eventually, between God and Satan. Pure channel. That's why this leadership must be selfless. Every figure should be totally selfless. That's the most important point. No concept of existence. Father said about this point, you should be leaders, you should be like pure gold. Pure gold has no electric resistance, no resistance. 100% conductivity. Conductivity? Conductivity. That should be the attitude of the leadership. Leadership has no self-concept. Then he says, actually, if you receive 100 love from God, then you should do the additional love. If you have 20, then do plus 20 and give Cain the 120. For instance, some wonderful gift, delicious cake came from God, but God, there's no wrapping. Then now every figure make the beautiful wrapping. This 20 plus means 20 love. And give to Cain and ask, hey, Mr. Cain, can you bring, hey, elder brother, can you bring this gift to your daddy, Satan? Then Cain is so curious because so beautiful. Then even though Cain just tear that packing off and open the contents, oh, this is a gift from God to my dad. Then without eating, bring to Satan. Then even this 20 was taken away by Cain. That still 100 will go to Satan. Then Satan will be totally satisfied. And Satan's tens of thousands of years of resentment is solved because he's satisfied the first time in the history of restoration. Then now the relationship between God and Satan is restored. Restoration of the relations between God and Satan takes place. And now Satan surrenders so happily. This is called natural surrender of Satan. This is called the natural surrender of Satan. Then Satan is happy, and he now gives up the work of Satan. The God, now I'm satisfied, I am happy with your love. That's why I don't like to bother you anymore. Can I go back to the original position of an archangel, and I will become good servant to you? Would that be okay with you? Then God says, okay. This is how the relationship between God and Satan is solved. No more resentment. This is the end of the restoration of this world. This is the real meaning of the mission of Abel. Mission of Abel. Actually, about this content, a father told only once in my experience, in detail this way. But before that, I never heard from father. After that, I never heard. Only once in America. But this is so precious contents to understand Cain and Abel relationship. Essence of the Cain and Abel relationship. Divine principle doesn't teach this way. It's really different. But this is Father's explanation. If we understand this point now, it becomes so clear the mission of Abel. Mission of Abel. Mission of Abel is now to love whom? To love whom? Cain. To give love to Cain. That's a real mission of Cain. Abel. If you are assigned as leadership, mission of leadership is to love members. If you are a witnesser, your mission is to love the witnessee. That's it. This part was not understood long time in our movement. But please don't misunderstand. Before forgetting, I have to give a clear warning and advice. If you hear these contents of the mission of Abel, then my leader is exactly like that. Don't use this standard of Abel as a weapon of judgment of your own leadership. Okay? The judgment of your leadership will belong to God, not to you. You are not responsible for judging your own leadership, okay? It's God's responsibility. Don't interfere with God's responsibility. But this content could be used to find out the right way of leadership so that you can become wonderful leaders and wonderful witnesses. Use these contents to become wonderful leadership and a wonderful witnesser. Loving Cain does not necessarily mean just smiling at him or bringing many things and giving. They say, "Oh yeah, you can have." Not necessarily like that. Many ways of expression of love. Teaching is one way of teaching. Bringing the truth of God is also one. Therefore, if you understand divine principle, you can teach divine principle to members. This is also love. If you study this kind of content here, you can bring these contents to give to your own members. Also, this is a practice of love. Not just holding in just to yourself, but give to other brothers and sisters. This is love. Many ways. Or if that person is in trouble because of many family situations or some blessing situations, then pray for them and sacrifice yourself to solve these kind of situations. There must be many ways of loving Cain, but eventually loving Cain. And loving Cain doesn't necessarily mean just doing the washing a toilet, It's not the only way to show the love toward your members. Also, sometimes that way might be that way occasionally, but does not necessarily mean always that way. Then now, let's go into more. You understand this chapter already? No need, eh? Okay. Cain is the elder. Cain is elder position under the Satan's dominion. And Abel is the younger. The love is like water. Come from higher place to the lower place. From the elder to the younger. From parents and to children. From God to man. That way, from higher place to the lower place. Therefore, it's natural for Cain, the elder brother, to the younger brother. It's natural. For instance, say, a 10 years old boy, the elder brother, is taking, holding hand of the younger brother, who is 5 years old, and going home at the time of sunset. If you are looking from the back, how do you think it's beautiful or not? It's a beautiful scene. Why it is so beautiful? Because love comes from higher place to lower place like water. It's very natural. It is principled. That's the reason it looks so beautiful. It looks so beautiful. But in case of restoration, that relation must be reversed. That relationship must be reversed. In other words, the younger must become elder. This means able. The younger son must become the elder son, must assume the elder son's position. And the elder son must become the younger, must assume younger position. Cain is substantially elder brother is elder brother, and younger is younger. Still, in terms of role, in terms of position, now younger brother became elder brother's position, must assume elder position, and the elder must assume the younger position. And that, as you know, as the divine principle teaches, the Cain must love Abel. Cain must love Abel. In other words, from lower position, the love must go up toward the higher position. Just like water have to go up, not down. From the lower level to the higher level, water must go up. Is it an easy thing or a difficult thing? It's against the gravity, against the law of gravity. Therefore, you have to give special pressure to water, like fountain. Fountain. You must give a lot of pressure to Cain, so that Cain can love Abel. Because this request is going against natural law, natural feeling. Therefore, must sacrifice the natural feeling and must become the younger position. It's not so easy task. For instance, say someone is working in company, in some company, or maybe in Russian situation. Now the some business, called the Western style or American style business must be coming in. Must be coming in. Then in the business field, there's someone is the boss of some bureau. Then maybe boss of the department, that's enough. Okay, department. Then the leader of that department has been excellent, but made some fatal mistake. And he was on the verge of being cut the neck, fired, being fired, dismissed. But someone helped in the meeting, and somehow he was not fired, but his position was taken away. And a new person, this means actually someone who was working under him, became the new leader in that department. Then he was given only the, common, not leadership, but just as the members of the department. And in the beginning, he had a big desk. But now he has to sit on the small desk on the corner of that office, same office. That time, when that new leader, who was his own subordinate, is sitting there, then this old leader come back from outside and see that new leader is sitting on the chair of that big desk. What kind of feeling does he have? Good feeling or bad feeling? Easy feeling or difficult feeling? He doesn't like that situation. He doesn't like him, that person, only because he is sitting there. That's all. He's not saying anything bad. He's not accusing that person, just only because he is sitting where that person was sitting. Then that person is so upset. It's difficult. In other words, he's sitting just this place, this right position, and that this person doesn't like him. Then if he rise up just by himself, same able person, and look down this person, how do you feel? For instance, say this, maybe better to give a name. This person is this A, Mr. A, this is Mr. B. Mr. A was an original leader. Now, new person, Mr. B, become the leadership. Mr. B was working under Mr. A before, but now it became opposite. Then Mr. B, when Mr. B is sitting the original chair of, he got angry already. But now Mr. B, goes up just by himself, become arrogant, and look down the Mr. A and said, "Hey, you are my subordinate, but was my someone who is working ahead of you, boss, but superior. First, in the kind of in the school, in the college, and the Director. Eh? Director. Principal? No. Principal. Principal. No. Principal. 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 Principal you're the first grade, then that person is already third grade, something like that. Huh? Sophomore? Senior. Oh, all right, senior. Hey, you are the senior. Yeah. You're the senior. That's why I hope you can do a little better job because you're my senior. Then how does this Mr. A feel? He got angry, really angry, and feel like holding this chair and dashing toward him and hit him on the head and break his head apart. That become the feeling of Mr. A. Is right? But actually, this happened at the time of the Adam family. When Cain came back depressed, and Abel was a little arrogant. And surely Abel might have mocked that Cain. You're my elder brother. You know, I've received blessing from God, but how about you? That's the moment he got really angry. Even God came and said, be careful. But even he couldn't listen to the voice of God. And he got angry and attacked him and killed him. That happened in the Adam family. That's why actually similar thing can happen here. This is arrogance. This is arrogance. Of course, in our movement, already the movement started over 40 years ago, 42 years already. But since, as of now, I never heard in our movement some Cain figure got angry and killed every figure. This fact is just incredible facts, you know. Wonderful record. No one killed yet. No one killed anyone yet. It's incredible. But how to think internally? There's no external bloodshed, but might have been internal, invisible bloodshed. Oh, I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him, this kind of feeling. That if he then hoping that person make mistake, and his mission, his neck is cut, oh, I feel good. That's actually internally killing, you know? Internally killing him. Yeah, of course, it doesn't say anything, but feeling something like that inside. When this leadership was so arrogant and domineering and oppressing, and just anyone that's scolding, and if results not so good, and blaming in front of others, then you can't stand. Maybe we can organize and let him go, something like that. Revolts may occur. Then actually, you know, this kind of person who is very nasty to the people under that person, usually very seemingly faithful to the higher central figure. Do you understand? Seemingly always polite and obedient to the higher central figure, seemingly. But just think, the strongest monkey in the African forest. What's the name of that big, with a big muscle? Gorilla. Even gorilla is just holding the, this, on the tree branch. I don't know the face. I can't write right, but this is gorilla's face with big muscle holding here. So cute. This two. Anyway, holding. Like pig. This is gorilla. Then the big tree. Then there's a rock here. How many minutes can he hold this branch? Eh? How many minutes? How many hours? I don't think this gorilla can hold this way one day. Maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Even how powerful gorilla's muscle may be, cannot stand and fall down and die. Do you know what I mean? If you do this way, how many minutes? Seconds. No, less than minutes. You will fall down. Even knowing if you fall down, you'll die. No way. Do you know what I mean? In other words, if you just all the doing very nicely to the central figure, but someone who is so nasty with members, then no foundation of support, then this person will disappear sooner or later. If you're watching just a couple of months or a year, maybe difficult to see the consequence. But you see 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, definitely like that. That's why it is very important to have your own foundation that from the bottom of heart, the people will support you. Not by obligation, not by mission, but from the bottom of heart. If they can support you, you are stable. Therefore, this is very important to become the good leadership. Then how is it possible to be supported by the people around you as a good leader? Then this position is not so good. Then if you are sitting here, surely you will be killed. You will be killed or you will die by yourself by falling down from the tree branch. Anyway, this doesn't work. Then if you come, let me say, this arrogance doesn't work. Then if you come down to the original status, wherever you should be, you are. In other words, sitting that big desk, big chair, big desk. and just doing right thing. Is that enough to receive such a respect and love and support? What's a member's eye, people's eye? Hey, this new guy, let's see what he does. That's a real feeling. Externally, oh yeah, we are so happy to receive you as our leadership. Oh, thank you for coming, and we'll do anything for you, something like that, saying this kind of thing externally, but deep inside, hey, let's see what happens to him. What kind of guy he is. Let's see, let's watch. That's an honest feeling. If just externally someone says something good, if you believe it is real, the internal situation, you'll fail. Then how to do? Then if you can come down to the miserable position of Mr. A, come down, and come to the position of Mr. A, and understanding his situation, because he was in a higher position, now he lost a position, he lost a desk, and he was pushed towards the corner of the same room. Even if separate place, it's much easier, but the same place is so difficult. They're coming to, then this Mr. B coming to Mr. A and says, Mr. A, actually, I never imagined this kind of thing could happen. But I don't know the reason, I don't know why, but anyway, I was given this kind of mission. I have to assume your position. I don't think I'm qualified to assume such a position like you did. But I'm just green onion. Green onion, do you know that? Do you know that? In English expression. Special meaning. You know? Okay. I'm just green onion. Just newcomer. I don't know anything. I cannot understand anything. That's why please give me advice. You have a lot of experience. You have a lot of foundation. That's why please give me advice and guidance. Then if Mr. B is this humble and come to Mr. A and asking help, then how does Mr. A feel? How does Mr. A feel? Good or bad? Pretty good. Then he feels, even he lost his position, but he is still respected by these new leaders. Then he feels pretty good. Oh yeah, that he's a nice guy. That's why, yeah, maybe I can help to some extent. Now he feels good. But still, this is the point, okay? Do you think this Mr. A feels he want to sacrifice anything for Mr. B, the new person? I can do anything for you. Can Mr. B come to that level of feeling? Yes or no? No. Answer is no. Still not enough. That's why new leadership needs a lot of understanding how to deal with people. When he has no foundation, he needs to understand deeply. Then if so, if he's happy, pretty happy with Mr. B, but still Mr. B is not victorious yet in true sense. Mr. A doesn't become the real foundation yet. Then must come down one more level. This position, Mr. B must come down to this position. That if so, even Mr. A, who is depressed, feel for Mr. B, yeah, I'm sorry, you don't have to do that much for me, I'm okay. This kind of feeling. In other words, sacrifice himself and serve Mr. A. That's position. For instance, just say the example. Time is not so bad, good. But anyway, we must finish by another guest. That's why I must finish now. 5 more minutes? Okay? Okay. Then Mr. B, can say just one example. If you are MFT, joining MFT, and captain, the leader, no? Leader found your shoes a mess, broken. Then captain take you to some shoes, to the shop, shoe shop, and find the right one and give to you. How do you feel? Feel good. Yeah, thank you so much. You take care of me very well. But then, wait a minute. Where did that money come from? That money must be the public money. Okay, I understand. That's still okay. That's okay, but I understand. It's okay. Anyway, thank you. Thank you anyway. No more than that. But when she woke up, there were new shoes by that person, by the brother. Then, whose shoes is this? I don't know. Is it yours? No. Is it yours? No. Is this yours? No. Then put the leg just right. Maybe this is for me. What happened? Who gave me? Then when you go to the restroom, then sitting doing, then but another brother is coming here and say, didn't you see the shoes? Yeah, I found the shoes. It's right, just right for me. Do you know how that shoes came? No, I don't know. Actually, that new leader bought that shoes for you because he found your shoes was broke. But don't tell, because I was told don't tell. Then do you know how he made money? Actually, that after everyone went to bed, he went out for fundraising. And for two days. And he made money and bought for you. But this part, never tell to anyone, okay? I was totally, asked, don't tell, never, never. I told. Then when that brother hear that story, the behind the scene, how does this new member feel? This member feel? So moved. Wow. I joined Unification Church 5 years ago, but I met with 6 leadership. But I never seen such a person in my life who did such a thing for me. He's really touched and just ran to the prayer room and prayed, Heavenly Father, thank you. You sent such a wonderful leader for me. Praying in tears and feel like doing anything for that person. Heavenly Father, I really want to support him. I can do anything for him. That moment, the new leader now got the heart of one member. Do you understand? With that sacrificial love. Then, what is this position? This position is a Cain's position. Cain's represent the archangel. Archangel in the position of servant. So, some position under the servant, how is this called? Servant of what? Servant. This is a reason why able figure have to begin the mission from the point, the position of the servant of the servant. Did you hear the story of servant? This is why the restoration must take place from the position of the servant of servant. Why leadership must be humble and serve the members from the position of even from the position of servant to servant. Then how substantially this pattern could be put into practice could be the next presentation. Don't erase, okay? Okay, thank you.
Дорогой наш Небесный Отец, дорогие истинные родители, Отец, спасибо Тебе огромное за эту возможность, которую Ты даешь нам. Отец, спасибо Тебе большое за то, что мы действительно можем так много почувствовать и так много узнать, Отец Небесный, узнать Твое сердце, Отец Небесный, узнать то, как мы можем, Отец, стать такими же, как и Ты. Отец наш Небесный, Ты еще раз нам показал то, как мы можем стать настоящими, Отец Небесный, Твоими детьми. Настоящими детьми, которые смогут принести Тебе, Отец Небесный, радость, счастье и спокойствие. Отец Небесный, Ты показал, как мы можем посвятить себя, как мы можем отдать, Отец Небесный, свою душу, свое тело, всего себя, Отец Небесный, принести на алтарь. Отец наш Небесный, мы действительно чувствуем Твое присутствие. Отец, спасибо Тебе за то, что Ты говоришь через нашего учителя, через нашего старшего брата, преподобного Суда, Отец Небесный. Отец, мы так благодарны Тебе за то, что Ты действительно дал нам эту возможность. Отец, я молюсь о том, чтобы каждый из нас почувствовал это отчаянное желание, Отец Небесный, и, вернувшись в свои города, Отец Небесный, вернувшись к своей миссии, Отец, я молюсь о том, чтобы мы смогли все это воплотить. Воплотить на практике, практически, общаясь с нашими братьями и сестрами, выполняя нашу миссию, Отец Небесный. Отец, это огромная ответственность, которую Ты возлагаешь на нас. Отец, я молюсь о том, чтобы каждый из нас в глубине своего сердца заложил все то, что сейчас мы смогли услышать. И пусть через свое служение, Отец Небесный, мы принесем настоящую Тебе победу, победу истинным родителям. Отец, мы чувствуем, что время приходит. Время приходит, когда от нас действительно ждется, очень много ждет истинные родители. Отец, мы верим в то, что мы станем Твоими детьми, и Царство Небесное будет на земле, Отец Небесный. Царство Небесное будет начато с наших сердец. Отец, мы благодарны Тебе за все, что Ты для нас делаешь. Мы благодарны Тебе за ту огромную любовь, заботу и ласку, которую Ты даешь нам, Отец Небесный. Пожалуйста, Отец Небесный, пусть мы все это унаследуем в своих сердцах, в своих душах, Отец Небесный. Мы просим Тебя, Отец Небесный, присутствовать здесь, Отец Небесный. И мы еще раз благодарим Тебя за те слова, которые Ты сказал нам через преподобного Суда, Отец Небесный, нашего старшего брата, нашего представителя истинных родителей. Мы благодарим Тебя и приносим Тебе наши молитвы во святой